Everyone is trying to make the best choice when picking the country to live in. Today, I will compare two cities, Valencia, Spain, and Lisbon, Portugal. Both cities are very similar in terms of territory and population, but I don't want to get into details. These are all Wikipedia facts that you can read on your own. The reason I want to compare these two cities is because Lisbon has become very popular among expats, and Valencia is the city I've been living in for the past 2 years. We're all very different. We have different sensibilities, we have different priorities, we have different finances, so our opinions will vary. And the best thing you can do is come and see for yourself. But before you do that, please click that like button, because the algorithm loves that and it helps me grow with my content and create more and more videos. Valencia has been ranked by Bloomberg in 2020 as the #1 city for quality of life, followed by Alicante and then Lisbon. But I wanted to get both countries, so it's not all in one country, as Alicante is still in Spain. Every place has its pros and cons, and they become more obvious when you actually start living there. Off topic, this is one of my favorite museums, right? They have constantly changing exhibitions, so every time there's something new. Right now it's Goya and Picasso. Let's go with the pros for Lisbon. Without a doubt, Lisbon is a very old city, so you can see so many things, from the landmarks to the old residential areas where literally you're seeing clothes hanging from like these amazing buildings, amazing architecture, and it looks as if time has stopped there. And it has this like dingy chic, if I can call it that. There is a big expat community in Lisbon, and English, it's wildly spoken. I don't know why, maybe because the Portuguese, it's not as popular as Spanish and English, but everywhere, literally in every coffee shop, every restaurant, everywhere, pretty much everyone on the street knows some level of English. Doors of Spain. You know, I'm a little obsessed with it. I promise I'm gonna find quieter space to talk. Just give me a minute. Their government seems to be more forward-thinking and more efficient. What do I mean by that? They do have bureaucracy. It's probably the same, if not bigger or the same as in Spain. But they did something very interesting. In 2001, they actually decriminalized all personal possessions of drugs, which resulted in a lot of very good statistics. This is a big decision, and not because of anything else, but their criminal records went below what they had compared to all the European Union. Their drug-related deaths went down. When you have a forward-thinking government, you can expect good things to happen in that country and for the people living in that country. Like, Portugal decriminalizes personal possession of drugs, and El Salvador accepts Bitcoin as a financial instrument. But about that some other time in another video. Both countries are relying on tourism. So, I'm still puzzled why in Spain there's still siesta hours. I mean, I want to have my occasional dinner at 6 p.m., In Valencia, all restaurants open at 8 p.m. That's it. I hate to admit, but Portugal has better food. I don't eat meat. I eat fish though. I eat fish. And there's a lot of good fish in Spain, of course. But there are a lot more healthier options in Lisbon. I've noticed that. And I'm not always in the mood just to eat fried food. There's more variety, if you know what I mean. Like, there's more international food. It's just there's more. It kind of comes probably with the language. They speak English, they have more international food. I don't know. With all that said, let's not forget that after you live 5 days, a month, or a year in one place, you will really start seeing the true colors of that city. Your tourist days will be over before you know it, and the complaining will start. Mine started with just walking through these big hills on the uneven paved little pebble stones, and I do love walking. I like walking a lot. Like right now I'm walking in this amazing park. It's called Turia Gardens, and you can see that in my first video about Valencia. I don't enjoy walking on hills all the time. To everywhere you go, you just have to climb the hills, and I like to walk, I like to bike, I like to take transportation, I like metro, and Valencia is a better city for that, trust me. Yes, Lisbon is also connected. They have their packed trams, and they have, you know, some metro and buses, but Valencia is much better. It's more convenient, it's easy, it's more flat for sure, and it's widely open. I got a bit of sense of suffocation in Lisbon. There's a lot more space in Valencia, and keep in mind, I was there when there were no tourists. So what happens when everybody arrives there? There are nine tourists per person, per resident in Lisbon. The streets are narrow. Here you also have narrow streets in Valencia. If you go through Old Town, you're gonna see all the narrow streets. But I don't want to be cramped. Oops. Also, there are a few big major chains in Valencia, like Consum and Mercadona and Supermercado. You can find throughout the whole city. You don't have to look for them. In Lisbon, I didn't see any major markets. There were a couple convenience stores. I don't know, maybe they have them, but in Valencia, you don't have to look on the map to find a grocery store. As far as cost of living goes, both places are very similar. I haven't spent enough time in Lisbon, but some things are cheaper here in Spain, some things are more expensive in Lisbon. So I think it balances itself out. Only thing I noticed was when we had a couple fancier dinners, which were away from Lisbon, actually in Sintra, in a city like about 40 minutes away from Lisbon. And there you can really feel it because the service was incredible, the food was great, and it was cheaper than Spain. The crime, it's really low in both places. In Lisbon, we got warned twice. One time was on the metro. Someone just came to us and said, "Ma'am, please move your bag in front of you. Don't carry it like that." And then the other time was in the center. Again, a stranger came to us and said, "You gotta wear your backpack in front of you." So their back, you know, obviously there's some pickpocketing going on. And in Valencia, my boyfriend lost his wallet, and 3 weeks later, we got it in the mail with all the credit cards, ID, and everything inside. In the mail. In Valencia. People here in Valencia are very warm, very friendly, and I know if I spoke Spanish a little bit more, I would connect with them on a different level. In Lisbon, you get a little bit of a moodier, slightly darker vibe. And Valencia is sunny and charming, and I don't know, both cities are very sunny. 300 days of the year, you have sunshine, but there's something heavier in Lisbon. I don't know how to explain it. You have to see for yourself, because you truly would know when you feel it with your heart, when you're in the place and experience some time. I think pretty quickly you would know which place is better for you to live. And of course things change. I mean, some things are one way, and then in a month or two, in a year, they change. We all know what happened in 2020. Who could have predicted that? For me, Valencia is a better city with a better quality of life, but I strongly encourage you to come here, visit both places, visit Valencia and visit Lisbon, because everything is really personal and we're all different in the way we judge things. Please leave me a comment below. I really would love to hear your opinion. If you ever lived in one of these cities, or you still live in one of these cities, I want to know, do you agree? Do you disagree with me? It's interesting to hear other people's opinion. And of course, if you like my video, if I help you with any type of information today, please click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.